At some point, we need to stop being surprised and look at the people that you actually have conversations with every day. Like, we don't think that these people are among us, but they are. And they give out bank loans, and sometimes they have badges, and sometimes they are taking care of your kid, and you don't know it. But the people that you do talk to every day, and you get underneath the surface and you find out what really makes them tick, those are the people. Those are the ones that really can affect things. Because let's face it, no movement ever on the side of good has been accomplished by one type of person. None. Whether it be any women's movement, whether it be any African-American movement, whether it be any movement involving civil liberties. And I've said it so many times, man. Everyone loves to celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. And then they casually dismiss some of his most important writings and some of his most important speeches and sayings. And a letter from a Birmingham jail. I've been beating people over the head with it for 3 years now. I did it when me and Speaks talked about this. The people, the moderates that are around you that you think are down for the cause but allow behavior and in a way are complicit in this behavior. Let me tell you something right now. I know family that will never be around my child. You know why? Because of the way they think about people, because of the things that I've heard people say. And I'm not down for your second chances. So if I'm not down for your second chances, you're my family, and I don't want my son to ever be infested with that garbage. Think about how I feel looking at people who you know who you're around, and you know when you check that behavior. And once that behavior goes unchecked, it becomes commonplace. And people think white privilege is anyone getting a hotel room before you or a seat at a dinner table before you. That's not what it is. White privilege really is walking around here thinking that it's all good until you see a catastrophe, until you see a tragedy. I saw people screaming at the top of their lungs on every news station of every color because of what happened this weekend. Of every color. I saw two white groups going at it. Not many African Americans were in that crowd, but guess what? African Americans were like, yo, Heather Heyer and her family, condolences out to her family. This is appalling. This is shameful. And every person that I saw with a suit and tie on that was African American that was screaming about that, I thought about all those times that when things don't affect you, how you go about it. When you're not affected by something because you can't relate to the person or you don't look like that person, people still hurt. So that's the problem. That's been the problem for a very long time. Shout out to Mully and Hanley this morning, too, by the way, because I turned them on as soon as I dropped my kid off and got by the house, and I turned them on after I listened to a little bit of music, and I listened to those two brothers talk about things that I have never heard them talk about. And they may have talked about it before, I just have never heard them. And this shock in Mully's voice when those text messages that come to this show every single day, when he was reading those, I can show Mully some tweets and some text messages that will make him blush. And we've been in this business a very long time. That's what I'm talking about. The privilege of not having to deal with it if it doesn't affect you. And until we feel like it all affects us, we're screwed. It's very easy to be a hateful person. You see something different from you. You feel insecure about your standing in life. You feel like somebody's taking away your opportunities. Bam, perfect recipe. Now you can be ignorant. Now you can do what you want. And then you have the cloak and the cover of being ignorant and doing what you want around people that will allow you to, but say they voted a certain way or say they feel a certain way about things. This needs to stop. I swear to God, I hate talking about this as much as I have to. I love talking about football and basketball and baseball and all these things. I hate talking about this as much as I have to, but guess what? I have to, because if I don't do it, then it may not get done in the way it's supposed to. It may not. I'm not here to pat anybody on the back. I don't need to give anybody a safety pin on Twitter. No white man or white woman needs to raise their hand to me and say, I'm not the racist one. That's not the problem anymore. That's rarely been the problem, to be honest with you. And now they're so bold and so empowered that they are sending messages to the president. And did you see what the Stormfront put on their website saying, hey, he did really good. He didn't condemn us at all. Everything is all
bless
good.
him.
Yeah.
God bless him.
Like, these are the issues, man. So screw your safety pins. Screw who you voted for.
They
all
don't
those
wear
things.
hoods anymore.
That's
right.
the
They've
thing,
been
man.
emboldened.
They don't wear hoods.
They dudes out there with their faces out.
Right.
Faces. And this is the problem, too. We need to stop doing because I did it as well. We need to stop doing we need to hear the other side thing. I did that on the Spiegel and Goff Show because I didn't know where else to turn. We need to stop that.
Well, that was the 10
We need to
o'clock.
stop hearing the other side of racism.